Hey everybody, it's Bob from Flashover Diecast. Couple days I've not posted anything, so I'm going to do a bit of a car show today, and we're going to be highlighting some Imsa race cars from Mini GT. And I believe Imsa is International Motorsports Association, and part of Imsa, they have all kinds of different races and different divisions. But there are four main divisions within Imsa, and that is the GTP division, which can have hybrid engines, and their cars look a little like space cars or spaceships. An example, bear with me. Bear with me. An example of a GTP car would be this one. It's the Whalen. It actually just won yesterday at Watkins Glen. This is an older version of the car, so I think they've changed body styles or body coloring, but it's around the same. But it was the Cadillac, and it won first place yesterday, Sunday, at Watkins Glen for the GTP race. And GTP, you can tell their division because the races are multi-divisional, so they'll race 4 different divisions in these races, and depending on what race grouping it is. And the black number plates signify that it's a GTP car. So what happens is they race these cars all together on the same racetrack at the same time. So each number plate is a different color. It's a designation as to what division that they're in. So they have GTP, they have LMP2, they have Gtd-Pro, and they have GTD. And they're all broken up into what kind of engines you can have in them, what level of a skill, if they're a pro driver, if they're an amateur driver. It depends on what division you are watching or focusing on as to what level of training and experience the car driver has and what kind of car they're racing. So I'm going to probably be going to my first race in Indianapolis in September. It's an IMSA weekend, but I can only go to one day. But I'm going to see the actual GTP cars, the LMP2s, the GTD-Pros, and the GTDs all at the same time racing. So anyway, that's just a little rundown. It's something that I've learned here very quickly. So what you're seeing on the turntable is a green placard. The green placard is the GTD green, which means that amateur drivers can also race in this division. So this is part of that grouping. And again, I don't want to get into all the specifics, but you have different car types, you have different engine, and speeds these engines can go, all racing at the same time. But this is the green, which is the GTD division. The car is the Chevrolet Corvette Z06 GT3R, and it's number 13, and it was used in the 2025 IMSA Daytona 24 Hours AWA. I believe they're still using this design as of right now in racing. So anyway, this is a Mini GT, and Mini GT does quite a few IMSA style castings, and very nice. Got the Canadian leaf there on the roof, so obviously a Canadian group, and the group's website is orlandocorp.com, so that is who they're racing. Their main sponsor is. And of course, you got the race wheels, so most of them are all the same. And then Michelin tire is the tire that they use. IMSA uses Michelin tires, and exclusively. So Michelin provides all the tires at the racetrack for each team. So you've got the decos specific to this race group. So a very nice casting. I like it, and I like a lot of the Imsa cars. So let's see another one. And again, this is the GTD Green. That is a division that it would race in. And obviously you can see now that I have the stops that are on my turntable to keep the car from rolling. The cars from rolling, and I got those on eBay from some gentleman that prints them with a 3D printer, and I bought a couple groups of them, sets. So okay, there's a popular one that just came out. It's the Rexy, but the skeleton version of Rexy. And then this one has a red placard for its number. So in real life, Rexy races in the Gtd-Pro division, which means that the drivers of that division are usually pro drivers. And again, they have different specifics for engines and speed that the engines can produce, torque, and what have you. And these are all gasoline engines. The only division that is allowed to have a hybrid, which is a combination of battery and petroleum, is the GTP division. So those cars may have battery and gasoline fuel both. And from what I understand, the batteries will take them at the start out of the pits, but then the gas then switches over. And then when they're coasting and stuff, I guess it goes to electric. But there's different times that the car will engage its electric component versus its petroleum component, but that is in the GTP division. And again, this is the Rexy, which is the skeleton version. And it just came out recently. There are 3 different versions, but the cars are all the same. It's only the packaging that is different. This one is the regular Mini GT. You have another one that came out specifically from AO Racing, I believe. And then another one got distributed through, I believe, a museum or something. I think it was an art museum. And that thing is going for like $500 online. And there's no difference in the cars and any of these packaging. The cars are the same. The only difference is the packaging and then the limited edition because of the packaging only. So if you want to buy this car, and they're even still a little pricey, get the regular Mini GT version in the regular packaging. So again, this is the Porsche 911 GT3R number 77. This one was a 2005 Imsa Petit Le Mans AO racing car. And again, with the red placard, it races in the Imsa Gtd-Pro division. Very cool casting. You guys have seen Rexy and Roxy before, so I'm not going to explain all the deco and everything. You can see it while it's moving around, and pretty cool casting. I like it. There you go for the bottom. No detail, but that's okay. The car makes up for it for sure. So let's see what we got next. And these are all going to be Imsa cars. So we are going to go with the McLaren. And interesting enough, I believe this McLaren crashed this Sunday during its race, or was in a crash. So this is the McLaren 720S GT3 Evo. 2024 Imsa Daytona 24 hours, and it's, I can't see it on the box. Let me look. it looks like PAF Motorsports. PAF Motorsports. It's got a real interesting deco on, well, all around the car. It's like a checkered deco that I think is supposed to also be carbon fiber, and it's around the sides as well. And of course, you got the spoiler there on the back. You've got the race wheels, and the tires are going to be Michelin. And it's got the red placard, which puts that in the Gtd-Pro red division of its races. And it's got McLaren there on the windshield. Of course, the rubber side mirrors. And of course, of all these cars, they're sponsored everywhere. So there's sponsors everywhere listed on the car, because obviously that's who pays to have this car raced. And then there's a race team name usually on it as well. And the main color is actually that orange. And I think McLaren, for the most part, race cars in the Imsa racing are always, I think they're always orange, if I'm not mistaken. There you go for the bottom. And again, they're not putting a lot of effort as far as design on the bottom, because these cars are race cars, and you're really going to be looking at the liveries, because that's what people focus on these cars. So there you go for that one. We got one more for you, and that is going to be the Lamborghini Huracan GT3 Evo 2, number 78, 2024 Imsa Daytona 24 Hours, and it's Forte Racing. Really interesting colors on this one. You got that purple on the right side, then you've got that metallic green stripes, and then the green on the left side. And of course, it says Forte on the car, because that is the race group. And then some other sponsors that are around on the car itself. You've got that, let's see, the spoiler on the back. And all these spoilers on these cars look a lot alike, because I think IMSA dictates how these cars need to be built. And if they're in a division, a specific division, they have to have similarities as far as the build. So you got a lot of green on this one, and then the placards are green. So that again says that it is a GTD, which means that amateur racers can actually drive this car. So what's interesting about the races is that they have so many different levels of experience, so many different cars, so many different engine types, and some are faster than others in the divisions, and they all race at the same time. So you see this, you know, all going on. So I'm looking forward to going and seeing a race, and I'm sure it's going to be a bit overwhelming at first, because there's so many different things going on at one time, versus a lot of races are just like, you know, an IndyCar, it's all one division. You've got NASCAR, it's all the same as far as one division, whereas IMSA, there's a lot going on. And so I'm going to like to be, you know, to see that. So these are the 4 castings that I got today, guys. All IMSA cars, and the 2 divisions were the Gtd-Pro red and the GTD green. And then I showed you the GTP, which was the Whalen Cadillac. That was the one that I held up just to give you an example of what the cars look like in that division. And then I have no example of an LMP2. An LMP2 looks a lot like the GTP, which is the hybrid, but the LMP2s are not hybrid. They are gasoline engines. So that is it, guys. I know I threw a lot at you, probably statistics and information you may not want to know, but I thought I would share it with you. That way, when you're buying these castings, at least you know a little bit about them and why they have different colored placards. And I encourage you, if you want to know more, to go to imsaracing.com, I believe it is, and then you can learn a lot about it and then watch the Imsa races. If you sign up, you can actually watch them being streamed through the Imsa site. And I think the Sunday races, they don't stream. It's usually on Peacock, but the support races, the Friday, Saturday qualifying and everything, I think is all streamed. But anyway, that's it, guys. Have a good one. I was glad to be able to give you this information and show you these cars. Take care. It's Bob from Flashover Diecast. We'll see you soon. Peace.